Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me creating this look. Today's video is also in partnership with Sephora. Sephora is having their Beauty Insider Spring Savings Event, which means if you are a Rouge member, from April 17th until April 27th, you will get 20% off your purchase. If you are a VIB member, from April 21st to April 27th, you will get 15% off. And if you are an insider, you will get from April 23rd until April 27th, 10% off. So this event, savings event, is all inclusive. All levels, all tiers get to shop. So I thought it would be fun to just show you some of my favorites from Sephora. And also, before we get started, I wanted to share a couple of items that I purchased during this spring savings event. And of course, I will place another order because it's just what I do. If you aren't already a beauty insider, I will go ahead and put the link below for you. There are perks to being a beauty insider, and it is free. You also get to, by accumulating points, you can pick out deluxe samples. Matter of fact, one of the products that I actually purchased, which you will be surprised because I'm dry skin and it's for normal to oily, is the water cream by Tatcha. In one of my bonus, I think it was a 250 or 500, there was a package of Tatcha products, and I love them to begin with. So I went ahead and got this, and I've been trying it, and I really liked it. So I did go and buy the big size, and this is the Gratitude size. The Tatcha packaging is just exquisite. It's beautiful, and this one, it's just pretty to have on the dresser. It's just really, really beautiful. Just a little bit about the cream. It's formulated without parabens, synthetic fragrances, mineral oil, sulfate detergents, phthalates, urea, DEA, and TEA. And what it says, the water cream, refreshing and anti-aging, pore perfecting Japanese wild rose for normal to oily skin. And that's what was so surprising to me because I have dry skin. But I think my skin is changing a little bit down here in Florida and with menopause. It says, this oil-free anti-aging moisturizer releases a burst of nutrients and refreshing hydration for a poreless appearance, poised for perfect makeup. Massage a pearl-size amount onto the face morning and night. And I do think that I see most of the difference throughout this area as far as my pores, because I'm not as dry through this area, the T-zone area, as I am the rest of my face. So I really did like this, so I went ahead and bought the full size of it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful cream. And the next thing I got, because I love the Nars, this is the Tahiti Bronzer in Laguna. So this one has a satin finish to it. It's beautiful. I have gone through several of these. It just gives a really nice, subtle satin finish, but I really wanted to try this one, and it's what I have on. You'll see in the video. It is the Nars Laguna Matte, and it is really, really beautiful, my friends. So I was really excited to try that out. And then I also got this time around, because you know I'll place another order, the Summer Fridays Lip Balm. This is really, really nice. I would use this as a mask at night as well, or anytime I'm doing a spa day. But I do like the Summer Fridays mask. I will list below some of the Summer Friday masks that I have and really love. But the lip balm is really, really nice. I just applied a small amount before the video, and I really, really, really liked it, all right? I also wanted to mention, you know I love Drunk Elephant, and I saw that they came out with hair care products. So I wanted to try this, and I have tried it a couple of times already. I tried it on Lou as well. Now this is from Drunk Elephant with Chris McMillan. It is the TLC Happy Scalp Scrub, and it is 10% AHA BHA blend. It's with plant oils, and it has a pH balance of 3.7. What's really nice about it is the applicator. Now, I have used other scalp scrubs, and they just give you this big hole, and you have to rub it on your scalp and then exfoliate. And this one I really liked because I was just able to place it and section off and place it. And I did that throughout my whole head. And then I took my hands and I really just gave my scalp a nice scrub. And it was really, really nice. And you leave it on for 10 minutes. And if you're familiar with the way glycolic works, it helps to just, you know, lift dead skin cells off or exfoliate. And you might have a dry scalp that, you know, you see little flakes. Well, a glycolic, an AHA and a BHA will help to slough that away. You do feel really gentle beads in this product, but nothing that's abrasive. And I really liked it. It helps for refining and volumizing. But what I liked about it is in today's day and age, we use so many, well, I don't really use a lot of them, but I know many people use a lot of products. So you get product buildup on the scalp, which can sometimes create a problem for regrowth. So we don't want to let too much build up on our scalp. So this is a great product to try, and I did, and so did Lou. And those are some of the new products. There are a couple as I'm going along in the Get Ready With Me that I will mention to you that are newer. But these three I just got, and the others I actually got a little bit earlier. So I just kind of put them all together. All right, I'm gonna get on with the tutorial. I'm gonna zoom you in really close, and I'll see you back here at the end. So we're going to move on, and I bought the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is the liquid. It is beautiful. I have used it a couple of times. I just take a couple of pumps. And what I like my primer to do, because I don't really have a huge issue with makeup moving around, is I like to just camouflage my pores. And this does it, but I do want to make an honorable mention of another one that I have really enjoyed. This is almost empty. And this is from Mcgrath Labs. It's the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Primer. Really like this. It helps to camouflage the pores. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this. It has a really nice silky feel to it. It is beautiful. I also have the, I call it a paste or a putty. I also have that in this one. And this one is, I probably would repurchase this one again because I really love the application, and I just love the way it feels. Okay, so now the foundation, I was torn. Do I want to use Armani Luminous Silk, or do I want to use the Nars Sheer Glow, because I love both of them. But I did go ahead and buy the new concealer. Well, it's not new, it's new to me, from Giorgio Armani, and it is the Luminous Silk Concealer. And I was so excited to get this, and it all just came in the mail, so I'm very excited to try it. This I have not tried. So I thought, well, maybe I would just stay with using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. So that's what we'll do. So I'm just gonna take a couple pumps of this, and all of the colors I use will be listed and linked below for you. So this is what my foundation looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I find that I need to use less and less foundation. So I'm just gonna start out with a small amount. And I will put some on the sponge, just a little bit. I'm going to pull my mirror up, and I'm going to go ahead and pounce this on. Now, I've been using this forever. You all know that this is one of my favorites. And it just never fails me when I want a very flawless look. So I'm going to go ahead and just pounce this all over. And my preferred method is the Beauty Blender sponge application, because it does sheer it out. And with my aging skin, I need less and less foundation. Now, if you have discoloration, a brush may serve you better, and Sephora has a ton of beautiful brushes. I have a whole collection of them I'll be using. Okay, so there is the application. Absolutely stunning, never lets me down. So that is the Luminous Silk Foundation. Love it. So let's go ahead and try. Now, I did buy two colors. The one I'm going to use today is a little bit on the brighter side, and this is number 5, but I also bought number 5.5, which is just a tinge warmer. It's really not that much different, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a swipe of it so you can see the difference in color. I think I would be able to use both of these depending on the look I want. But this is here is the 5. You can see, and then this is the 5.5. This may be a little too warm for me, but if this one got too bright, I could just blend them. So I didn't know what to order, so I ordered both. All right, but we are going to use the 5 today. I'm very excited to try this. So let's go ahead. So it comes with a beautiful doe foot. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start in my upper inner eye because that's where I'm darkest. And I'm going to keep it dropped down low. Now I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I also need concealer over through here because I'm so blue-green there. Okay, so I'm going to take the sponge and I'm going to go ahead and pounce this because, again, I love applying my concealer with a sponge. And I like to bring it out on the temple area because it helps to fill that back up. That is really pretty, but it is a little bright. So I went ahead and I took the 5.5 and I just put some on the lower part, and I'm just going to blend that slightly over the 5 just to warm it up a little bit because I don't really like a lot of brightness under my eye. But if you do, the 5 will work perfectly. So I'll go ahead and do that on the other side. It really goes on nicely. There is the concealer. I did do my shopping online, so if I were in store and they carried it in store, I probably would be able to pick out the perfect color for me. But it's very much like the foundation. It just has a beautiful glow. It gives good coverage. It did camouflage everything I needed camouflage. So let's see how it works with a little powder now. This one here is fairly new to me. I've only used it once before, but I'm going to try it again. And it is the Mcgrath Labs. Now, I did buy the medium, and it comes in a lighter shade, but it's more towards the white. And this is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And it looks like this. So I go in, pick up some of this powder. It is a very fine milled powder, so you don't really have to touch your brush into it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap this out, and then I'm going to apply the powder underneath. And this really does give a soft blurring effect. And it does play well over that concealer. And then I'll just go ahead and prime my lid. I did put a little of the concealer on the lid. So that is the difference from side to side. So it really does set it nicely without accentuating wrinkles, which is what we want. Okay, under eyes are set. Let's move on to my face. And I am using the light medium 2 Mcgrath Labs loose powder. This again is finely milled, and I'm going to pick up my La Mer powder brush, and I'm just going to, you can see how finely milled it is, which is really nice if you have aging skin. Now this has a slight tint of yellow to it, so keep that in mind when ordering. And then I'm just going to work it in like I work all my other powders in, and I'm just going to touch over. Then I'm just going to touch mainly over my cheeks and my nose, a little bit around the forehead, and then I will just lightly buff over everything else. Okay, powder is set, so we are going to move on to bronzer. Now, the bronzer that I'm using is from Nars, and it is new to me. It is the matte formula, so it does not have any satin finish to it, and I really wanted to try it because I used the one that does have the satin finish to it. This is what it looks like in the matte. Has no satin finish at all, but I also have it in the original, and this one here definitely has a satin finish to it. So what I thought I would do is go in and just tap the brush in, work it into the fiber, and then I'm going to just start to sculpt out where I would do a little bit of contouring with the matte. And it really is beautiful. Just a little sculpting going on, and then turn the brush over and just lightly buff it out. And you'll see it has no shine at all. I like it. I do like it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so there it is. Now I'll just lightly go over the forehead. I didn't add any more to the brush. I'm just sculpting out the forehead slightly. I don't do the temple area because I don't want that to go in. That is really pretty. And again, it has no satin finish to it. So very, very pretty. You can go over with your powder brush if you want to soften it just slightly. So this one is the Laguna Matte. So now I'm going to go in with the Tahiti Bronzer Laguna, which does have a little bit of a satin finish. And I'm sure many of you have this one already. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tap this one off, and now I'm just going to place this one up a little bit higher on the cheekbone just to bronze it out. We'll go for a bronzy look today. But you'll see the difference. See how it has a nice satin glow and this one is matte? I kind of like the combination of the two of them together. Okay, so bronzer is done. I'm going to go in and I'm going to use, this was another, I think it came in a little kit that I bought from Sephora. I can't remember, but I got a tiny little, it's a deluxe sample of the Orgasm Blush. I don't have it in the full size. So I thought, and I've had this for a while, it's not something I just got. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fan brush and I'm going to go in and pick that up and just tap it in. And then I'm going to lightly apply this right to the top of my cheek, just to add a pop of color. And the Orgasm has a little bit of satin finish to it. So I like to buff that out to really bring that out. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do my eyebrows, which you all know I can't do on camera because I'm blind as a bat and I need to pull the mirror right up. So I will be right back with my brows done and we will move on to the eyes. Okay, so I'm back with my brows on. I think I'm just going to do something really simple. I'm going to use the BISOUS palette, and this one here is the Warm Matte, and then I also brought out the Sultry Muse because I might want a little bit of satin finish, so I'm going to use both of these. And I'm just going to start out using this one here. And I'm just tapping my brush in, and I'm just going to pack this on the lid. I think I'm going to go for a smokier look, so I don't really need to bring this all the way up. Now I'm going to go into this one here. I'm going to use my Tom Ford brush. Okay, so I've just put down a base. So now I think I'm going to go in with, I'm picking up another Tom Ford brush, and I'm going to go in with this color here. I'm going to pick that up, go in, and I'm going to place that right in the lower part of the crease. I'm smudging it out all on the lid. Camera cut off on me, so I'm going in with this color and I'm just continuing. So I'm just placing that on the lower part of the lid, smudging it on the lowest part of the lid closest to the lashes. I'm not moving up with this one. So I've just given myself a smokier look. Doing the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I have smoked out the lid. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to pick up a little of the deeper brown. This one I'm going to go in with my Artiste Oval. And I'm just going to pick a little bit of that up, the deeper brown, just to give a little bit of depth to the outer corner of my eye. And I'm just going to tap that color on. And I'm staying in the outer portion of the lid, keeping it close to the lash line, and then bringing it up. But most of the color is being deposited to the lid, the outer corner of the lid. Okay, so there is the lid, just kind of smudged out with a couple of different colors. So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick up this satin finish right here. I'm going to pick that up. And then I'm going to go in and just place it in the center of the lid just to give a little bit of a satin finish there. I'm not really moving all the way around with this. And then I'm going right to the inner eye. And because you didn't put any of the darker color in the inner eye, you'll notice it looks like you have a couple of different shades on then. So I'm just going to pack that on. staying on the lower part of the lid, and I'm not going to the outer corner with this, okay? And we're just brightening that up slightly. And then I'm gonna go back in with the oval, pick up that darkest brown. And I'm just going to touch over the outer corner. And you could have used any satin finish you like there. You can use blue, you can use burgundy, you can use any color you want that really makes your eyes pop. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. Then I'm going to go in and pick up the deepest brown in the satin finish, and I'm going to use that same brush, just turning it around. And then I'm just going to pack some of that deeper satin color right here. I'm not really doing it on the outer corner. I'm just right where the two meet, and that is it. Okay, so then I want to just take a brush and lightly soften that line. And there you have it with the eyes. Okay, go in with this brush, and I am going to pick up the reddish brown here. And I'm just going to tap that onto the brush, and I'm going to smoke out the lower lash line, meeting up, turn it around, and then just softly, we'll go in smoky. Well, now I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to soften that underneath the eye and flare up on the outer edge. Okay, so I curled my lashes with Laura Mercier lash curler. So now I'm going in with a Lancome eye pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and just tight line go in with the Marc Jacob lash primer. I'm almost finished with this tube. I have enjoyed it, and I'm just putting a thin coat on the lashes. While the lash primer sets up, I'm going to go in with a lip cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. It will be, the color and everything will be down below. Okay, so there is the lip liner. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Lip Gloss, and this is in Solar. This is one of my favorite colors, and I just love it. It's a beautiful, luscious, luxurious gloss. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so there is the gloss. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up with mascara, and I'm going to be using the Nars Climax. I just bought a new tube of this. I really like this mascara, and I thought I'm really missing the Nars mascara, so I'm going to buy it. So just going to put a layer of mascara on. All right, friends, I am back with the finished look. My mascara is just one coat over the lash primer. You don't need more than one coat unless you like to really build your lashes up. So for these three items that I purchased during the Sephora Spring Savings Event, so far, first impression, I absolutely love them. This one, I was able to try the deluxe sample because I am a Rouge member. So if you would like to join up, I will put that link before. It's really easy, and all you do is accumulate points. And then a couple times a year, they have these beautiful events for us, all right? And I really do like the matte in the Nars bronzer, and this worked out really well for us as well. All right, my friends, so I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. I would like to thank Sephora for partnering with me on this video. I always love when Sephora reaches out because I shop there all the time. All right, my friends, if you haven't already subscribed, you know I would love to have you as an ageless beauty, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and right next to it is a bell that will notify you of all the videos that I am putting up. My friends, I'd love to say go out in the world, but not yet. It may be coming soon, but not yet. So roam the halls of your house being happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.